Hello. You're probably wondering why I'm here. And honestly, I don't like the reason why I'm here right now. I, as a dirty Redditor, was browsing Reddit one day. Actually, no, that's a lie. I was on Google and I stumbled upon a Reddit post. This certain Reddit post, it was about Little Space. And it was about like Little Space worlds on VR chat. As an avid VR chat browser and consumer of VR chat, I was curious because I also used to go to Little Space Worlds in VR chat. I mean, I still do. This one in particular was made by Little Snack. If you're not familiar with this very specific VR chat world, it was very, very popular for a little while back in 2020. It got taken down, I wanna say, about like end of 2022, beginning of 2022. This world in particular was a comfort space for a lot of people. It was a very nice, cozy, cutesy, welcoming, daycare looking world. It was very cutesy and it was adorable and I loved being in there. And so did a lot of other people like also being in there. Now, this Reddit post wasn't the best. It was addressing the issue about what happened, which for those of you fellow littles out there or caregivers out there or middles, not gonna leave y'all out, you may know the world. You may know the world. You may know exactly what world I'm talking about. I'm obviously gonna show it on screen eventually, but this world in particular got deleted along with a few other little worlds. And I was reading this Reddit post. It was basically addressing how the Little Space worlds got found and deleted by a mass landslide. And someone had mentioned a video had targeted the world, and apparently it had gotten mass reported and deleted, which this was news to me because I had no idea that it was because of a video that got the world mass deleted. I looked into it more. Thankfully, the Reddit post had mentioned the exact person who was part of this entire thing that happened, and so I looked into it more, watched the video, and got very annoyed at how this person executed it. For those of you who know what age regression is or Little Space and are at least respectful about it, hello, hi. For those of you who don't know what it is, I'm going to look up the definition right now and I'm gonna give it to you like Google will say it to you back. Here we are. I'm so bjog. Hello, this is age regression. Age regression occurs when someone reverts to a younger state of mind. This retreat may only be a few years younger than the person's physical age. It could also be much younger, into early childhood or even infancy. What is age regression? Sigmund Freud believed age regression was an unconscious defense mechanism. It was a way the ego could protect itself from trauma, stress, or anger. Not anger. Other psychologists think of age regression as a way for people to achieve a therapeutic goal. It might even be used to help a patient recall memories of trauma or painful events. The therapist the therapist can then help their... He believed age regression could be a positive experience. It could be used to help people feel younger, less stressed, and more open. That is not the singular definition for age regression. They're basically just, honestly, just a coping mechanism. I see it as a coping mechanism, and I've never seen it as anything else but a coping mechanism. I personally do it for stress reasons sometimes, or if I'm very overwhelmed. It helps me relax and calm down, be in a state of mind where you don't have to worry about anything, you don't have to be stressed out about anything, and you can just be stupid, be dumb and be comfortable. But there are a lot of people who take this the completely wrong way. A lot of people. And this person is one of them. This person is a very bad example on how to deal with something you don't understand. My entire point of this thing that I'm about to address is it's okay to not understand something. It's not okay to take it into your own matters and refuse to not only learn about that thing, but then on top of that, make a big scene about it. That is not cool. That's not okay. The thing about this is that age regression is not a not safe for work thing. It is entirely a safe for work thing. It is just a coping mechanism. Sometimes even therapists recommend this, so maybe their patient is going through something and they believe that it is the best thing to recommend that. And some patients go through with it and it works. It's a healthy thing. Let's take a dive into the video, and I'm gonna show you some clips from the video. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing. I'm just gonna show you some clips of the video that really stuck out. Don't watch this while you're little, and instead either watch it later or just don't watch it at all, honestly.
Sir, this was the world I wouldn't go on stream, because I would wait till to go off stream, because then I would say I would not be nice.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, this is the pedo one. This is the...
Right off the bat, to anybody who's been in this world before on VR chat and didn't understand it or knew what it was for, which, by the way, this world is for age regressions, like littles, or other caregivers that want to take care of littles here and stuff like that. That is what this world is for. This world is for nothing that his chat is saying, the pedo world. That is a very bold assumption. Assuming a VR chat world is just for pedophiles is a very, very, very bold assumption, and it shouldn't be tossed around lightly. That is completely incorrect. It is not a pedo world. It is not a pedo world at all. It's supposed to be designed as a daycare or a nursery type thing. It would never be a pedo world.
But they go here to cope with their trauma, or pedophiles take advantage of making emotionally vulnerable people. I want you to keep what he said into your head. Keep what he said into your head. Keep that. Save that for later.
Are you okay? What's wrong?
God, it fucking pisses me off. I want to punch my fucking monitor.
Please do.
Did that guy just growl? Fuck you!
Oh, that's so cute. Excuse me? I don't know who said that, but please watch this.
Ew.
Fuck you!
Never mind.
Around the children.
Little face world.
It was a typo, sorry.
You're not funny.
Why is your ass so fat?
Can you keep it kid-friendly, please? Considering there's people in their little and there's also other people who are actually children.
Now here's something that I noticed. So the person that is talking right now, I'm going to assume is a little... They're not in frame yet, but they're off frame right now. They are the person that is talking right now currently. This guy right here goes into this age regression world and invades everyone's space. You're gonna see this here in a second. He pulls a lot of littles out of their headspace just because of the way that he is acting.
Do you guys fuck the actual children or just the ones that roleplay as it?
Oh! They don't fuck anyone, thank you very much. Can you quit being a dick?
I'm a kind-hearted man.
Bro says he's a kind-hearted man, and yet he pulls shit like this. Listen, people who are kind-hearted don't go to other innocent people and harass them. This is harassment. This is bullying. He's being very insensitive, and he's just harassing them blatantly.
Yeah.
How come you're accusing people of child rape?
Anything in that ballpark is such a huge accusation, and he's throwing it around like it's nothing.
What else is this place for?
Ew! For people to vent, and for people to be somewhere when their age regression kicks in. It's not something everyone can control.
True.
You're like the Hulk.
It's for actual people with actual disorders.
You won't like me when I turn into a child.
Did you hear him remark on his own joke? I fucking got him with that one, dude. I'm so funny. Holy shit. He's just being a douche.
You think they'd put that in the Marvel universe?
My game crashed.
It's not a fucking superhero, it's a mental disorder. If you came here just to disrespect people, then get the fuck out.
I am terrified of you right now.
I don't expect you to be. I don't care if you're scared of me or not. but I'm not gonna stand here and let you disrespect people. Get the fuck out.
If you could choose between being the Hulk or not controlling when you turn into a child, which one would you do?
I hate when people go into or talk about things that they don't know about or don't fully understand or even know anything about and start pretending that they know everything about it. One person can say one thing about little space or age regression worlds and stuff like that, and then another person will completely break it down into so many segments that aren't true and say it into their own words, and their words could be wrong, and other people are left to pick up those words and put it together for themselves and say, wow, this one person said it, so it must be true, having zero evidence, zero proof, and zero things to back it up with. I also just feel like it's very easy to just do your research. It took me nothing to do some research and look it up and all that shit. Research that could literally take up to 5 minutes to figure out how fucking wrong you are. He clearly did not care enough. I don't know where he got the idea that this world was for pedophiles or it was a pedo world. This guy's completely wrong. Obviously, he's got the wrong idea. He doesn't care enough to think about what he's saying. Like, they're just in an age regression world. And he's making fun of them. He's bullying them. And that's just not okay.
Get the hell out of here.
Bro, you should leave.
Females on the internet.
Like, actually get out.
Thank you.
Bro, you know there's like little kids in here and all that. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's what you're into.
And there's
That is such a fucking bold claim. To go up to someone you don't even know and say that they are into little kids. What the fuck? That's the equivalent of me going out onto the street and walking past someone and telling them, hey, you're like a pedophile. You're into little kids. Like, you like kids. That's so weird. What logical person would do that? Go up to someone and do that shit. And he thinks he's so funny.
Your parents know you do this? Your parents know you do this?
Everyone
I've
block
been
the
very nice
weasel.
and respectful. Why would you block me?
Why would you block me? What? I couldn't even think of any reason why you would want to block me. I'm being so nice. I'm being so respectful. Like I said earlier, it is totally okay to not understand something. That's totally okay. It's totally okay if you don't understand something. But it is totally not okay to harass people because you don't know that certain thing. It is not okay to harass people, groups of people, one singular person because you don't understand one certain thing. Because that's on you. That's your fault if you don't understand. Because you're too ignorant, you're too slow, you're too stupid to not want to take the time and go on Google and look up, hey, what is this thing? And then Google tells you, and then you get an answer, and you're like, huh, I still don't get it. But okay. Age regression is harmless. Age regression is completely safe for work. It is not safe for work at all. It is all safe for work. It is not a pedo thing. Understanding it doesn't mean you have to like participate in it. And you know what? That is okay. If you participated in being a caregiver or a caretaker or being a middle, and then you come out and you still don't understand it, that is totally 110% okay. And if you don't want to understand it, that is also okay, as long as you don't go out of your way to harass and bully people that, number one, do understand it but participate in it.
I'm gonna do a hit and run real quick.
They'll never fucking expect it. I'm gonna do a hit and run. Watch this shit. Hey guys, watch this.
Fuck you. Hello, are you also here to fuck children?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? See? Bold claims. Bold fucking claims.
Why are you dressed like that? Why do you have that avatar in this place? That's not child friendly. This is not kid friendly. I'm gonna tell the teacher.
Settle down.
Why is this man wheezing at his own joke?
Show me your scary Savitar. I need to see it.
Oh, I hate it. Fucking hate it. Why are you?
I was for you.
You gonna throw a tantrum? You gonna throw a real tantrum? You gonna get real mad? You gonna get real mad and punch your monitor? Oh, you gonna punch your monitor? You gonna throw a tantrum? Oh, you gonna throw a tantrum? Oh my goodness, well, you haven't had your nap today? You haven't taken your real nap? Is that it? Is that why you're so cranky?
Oh, I hate it. Fucking hate it.
Grrr, people being happy, people not doing anything to me. It makes me so mad. It makes me so angry. People enjoying their life. It makes me so fucking mad. It makes me so angry because all I do is bully people for a living. I think I did a pretty good impression of this guy. What do you guys think?
High five.
Fuck you.
High five.
There's a chance these two individuals breed with each other. Imagine what their children will be like.
That part bothered me. Why would he make that comment? He doesn't know the actual ages of these two individuals. Now, there could be a high chance that they are under the age of 18. And he is talking about them breeding. Doesn't that fucking bother you the wrong way? Now listen, it bothers me the wrong way. He openly was mentioning there's a chance that these two individuals breed with each other. Why would you walk around this world preaching about how it's a pedo world and harassing everybody because they're into kids, and then you openly say, what if these two individuals breed? There's a chance that these two individuals breed with each other. Am I the only one that doesn't sit right with? Because it doesn't sit fucking right with me at all. Now, when you're going into a public instance for Little Space Worlds, ages can often vary. I always block children. If you've been on my streams, twitch.tv/softtheautumnpuppy, I block kids if I'm on VR chat and I hear them. I hear kid, block. I hear a kid, block. I hear a kid, block. Because VR chat should not be played by kids, but hey, they're still there. So really, we have nothing else to do about it besides block them or just tolerate them. I really personally don't think that it was particularly smart for him to comment on these two individuals breeding and also not knowing their ages, because I don't know if he assumed that everyone in the world was an adult, which the chances of everybody in that world being an adult are very unlikely, because it is not only a public instance. It was on the trending page for a while at the time before it got taken down. Obviously, people of all ages joined. It kind of was a thing of just, you don't know. You don't know unless you ask or you look in their bio. This was a live stream. I tried to look, probably I didn't look hard enough, but I couldn't find the VOD. So all we have is this. But he was probably super rude to a lot of other people. He probably said a lot of worse shit. This is only 7.5 minutes of like how long he possibly was in this world, because he did look like he was enjoying going in this world and saying his stupid unfunny jokes and laughing to himself when nobody else was laughing. I also wanted to look through some of his comments, and I must say the like to view ratio is really booming. Let's go down into his comments, and honestly, guy makes bold claim right here. Since I made this video, the world is no longer available because the server owner got caught grooming children. Now, me personally, I have no idea what happened to the server owner. I know that they still are on VR chat, obviously, and I know they still make worlds. I've been to a few of them, which they're a very good world maker. I do enjoy like going to their worlds because they make very good worlds. Unless they are a bad person, then fuck. Since anything can happen to the internet and I have zero proof, I'm not going to believe this man. I'm not going to even consider doing that. Anything can happen on the internet. Any fucking thing can happen on the internet. And because of that, and I have zero proof, and yes, I did try to look this up way beforehand. I did try to look this up. I couldn't find anything on the server owner. If anybody does have anything, or if anything happened, I would like to know, because honestly, I think it's very important to know when it comes down to stuff like this, when it comes down to like people who groom children or people who groom minors and stuff like that. I think it's very important to steer clear when it comes down to stuff like that. Since this is coming from this man, I'm not going to believe it, but also I don't know for sure because I can't do my research because I tried and I couldn't find anything. All I did was I found their Twitter and I know their VR chat and I can't find anything else. So if there is an actual story here, I'd like to read up on it and I'd like to do my research. I'm not gonna jump to conclusions because like I said, grooming children is a big fucking jump. Especially, it's a huge jump to do without any fucking platform to land on. What he doesn't explain is that most of the people in these worlds are victims of trauma and have developed age regression to try and handle the trauma. This is true. He mentions in the beginning of the video that people in the world are there to cope with their trauma.
But they go here to cope with their trauma.
And that they're emotionally vulnerable.
Emotionally vulnerable people.
I don't know if he says it as a sarcastic thing, but he says it nonetheless. Whether it be a joke or not, it is a true statement to make. These people are emotionally vulnerable, and they are coping with their trauma most of the time. Obviously, you do not need to have childhood trauma to be an age regressor. You could just do it for like stress or whatever you want to do it for, go for it. Fucking go for it. Don't care about what anybody says. You don't need to have trauma. You don't need to be stressed. You don't need to have this, have that. You don't need to have qualifications for it. If you want to do it, do it. It's an open thing, but also it's a sensitive thing. You have to be gentle. You have to be gentle with it. You have to be considerate with other people. You have to take into consideration. Now, I'm not a caregiver. I'm a little. So I don't know anything about the caregiver side, so I can't say anything about that. But what I can say about being a little is that it's very delicate to deal with. It's sometimes a sensitive topic to some people and stuff like that. And honestly, it's a form of healing. It can be a form of healing, but like I said earlier, everybody has their own use for it. Everybody has their own reason why they're doing it. It is a completely safer work thing. It is not a not safe for work thing at all. As a therapist, your lack of information can be seen as abuse towards people that do it for therapy reasons. There is actual disorders for this, and most people cover the topic in a way that prevents discrimination against people that do this for therapeutic reasons. If you're going to harass people when you have no clue what it is, just leave and don't mess with it. This person is such a goddamn goat. This person is goated with the salsa. So we're gonna see his ignorant ass reply. I do not care. Why don't they just learn to be normal instead of being weird? I got an answer for you. People are different, and people have their own ways of coping. People have their own ways of relaxing, of de-stressing. People have completely different ways because we are different people. Do you know how many people are on this earth right now? I don't. We're gonna look that up right now. How many people are in the world? Well, look, we have our answer right there on the side, but we're still gonna click on it. 7.888 billion as of 2021. That is a lot of fucking people. That is a lot of fucking people. How many people are on the earth 2023? Oh my god, I cannot even read that fucking word. Holy shit. There are a lot of different flavors of people on this earth. Not everybody is gonna have the same coping mechanism as you. You're not it. You're not on top of the fucking food chain, bro. Fucking just because you like to be ignorant as fuck on your free time doesn't mean that it's gonna work for everybody else to de-stress themselves. It varies on what you can do to de-stress yourself, calm yourself down, relax, unwind, and be you. Not everybody's gonna have the same method that you think is normal. And on top of that, everybody's gonna have different views on what is normal and what is weird. It's all opinion based. I could go up to you and I could say, hey, wearing shorts in winter is weird. And you can come up to me and say, wearing shorts in winter is normal. It's all opinion based on what you think is weird and what you think is normal. So for you to just go out and say, why don't they just learn to be normal instead of being weird? What the fuck is your definition of normal? Not being an age regressor? Is that your definition of normal? Because I guess normal's not gonna fucking cut it for a lot of people. And you know what? That is not your fucking choice. Holy shit, this reply. Telling a person using a perfectly harmless, oh fuck, let me read that again. Telling a person using a perfectly fuck. One more time, y'all. Telling a person using a perfectly harmless coping mechanism to be normal is like trying to tell a chronically depressed person to be happy. They can at least literally just choose, or they can literally just choose another coping mechanism. I did at least. They're not you. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Fuck, shut up. Never said I told anybody to change their coping mechanism. I just said that there's coping mechanisms that are normal they can do instead. They can literally just choose another coping mechanism. You don't get to decide what coping mechanisms are good / normal and which ones aren't. Again, didn't say I did. But I theoretically could if I became the ruler of Earth. Humanity would thrive under my rule. Listen, buddy, I'd be first in line to assassinate you. Now, I'm not gonna read this whole thing. If y'all wanna read it, please go ahead. I'm not gonna read it just because I have a really hard time reading sometimes, like when it comes down to long texts. So if y'all wanna read this, I'm gonna zoom in and like you guys can read this. Bro only said to fucking settle down. He thinks he's so funny. I personally am really glad that a lot of these comments are defending the Little Space community, because this is not okay. This bullying is not okay. This harassment from this person is not okay. Imagine harassing people and thinking it's funny. Someone didn't have a good childhood. No, for real. You can't go around telling people, be normal. It's not a fucking thing that you can do. You can do it, but it's not gonna fucking go anywhere. You know why? Because what the fuck is normal? Let's look up that definition since I'm so good at looking shit up. Normal definition. Normal. Oh wait, conforming to a standard. Usual, typical, or expected. Normal, apparently, because I looked it up. I don't really fully understand what normal and weird mean. Normal and weird can be opinion based, but it could also be factual based, I guess. Shit like this is not okay to harass everybody that you see just because you feel like you should. You're not doing the world justice by harassing and bullying what you said, emotionally vulnerable people in the beginning. Just for fun. You're doing this for fun. You're doing this because you think it's funny, or because you're trying to give your ego a boost. Because it seems like it's low enough already since you like to prey on people who are much more weaker when it comes down to mentality and or emotional availability. You might be asking, why are you making a video about this 2 years later? Because I looked it up and this never got talked about. It might also be an instance of me not properly looking up stuff all the way, but I looked into it and nobody addressed this issue with this person. I just felt like it had to be talked about because this is not okay. And the false information, why do you want to ruin other people's fun so bad? Other people's safe and harmless fun so bad because you're so bored with your life. They are using this mechanism to cope with whatever they're going through. We shouldn't be judging people on their coping mechanisms if it's not harming anybody. It does not matter if their coping mechanism is considered weird. To me, and this goes back to my point of it being opinion-based, this is not weird. I see this as a coping mechanism for several things. And like I said, it can also be opinion-based on what the coping mechanism is for, whether it be for stress, whether it be for depression, whether it be to relax and unwind. It is all opinion based on what people do this for. Trauma is another big factor when it comes down to age regression and little space. For those of you who are new to this type of stuff, little space is not a not safe for work thing. Just please, if you're going to go into something that you don't really know that much about, do your research, please. Do better research into stuff like this, because it is not something that you can play telephone with, because it will easily get downgraded into the fucking ground. Nobody should be bullied and nobody should be judged for stuff like that, because like I said, it is completely harmless. Nobody's doing anything wrong. Nobody's doing anything inappropriate. It is all a safer work thing that someone has just played a game of telephone with and traced back as, oh, it's a pedo thing. And like I said, I don't know where he got it from, but he very clearly did not care enough to do his research, and or he was just being very inconsiderate and also very ignorant about it. He said that these people are emotionally vulnerable. He knew what he was getting into, but he didn't know the true definition of what he was getting into. I just feel like that it was very important to talk about this, because me personally, it bothered me when I didn't see anybody addressing this, and it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since this has been talked about. My goal is to aim for people who either don't know about it or are just getting into it and have little to no information about it. My goal is not to fix people that don't want to be fixed, or people who don't want to learn. A lot of people just play the game of telephone if it's not a socially accepted thing, and then all of a sudden, because one person messed it up for everybody else, now it's a completely bad thing, and everybody is looking at it in a negative light. I really hope I helped in some certain way. If you still don't understand what all of this is, that is totally okay. Honestly, I totally get it. I'm not gonna fault you for it. It starts to not be okay when you start verbally harassing other people just because you don't understand it. That is a fault of your own, and you should fix that on your own. All you have to do is be willing to learn. Then we can start somewhere if you want to learn. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it from me. Thank you so much for watching. God, I am so tired. It is currently 1:20 a.m. for me. I'm so tired. I gotta take my ass to bed. You wanna check me out? Check me out on YouTube on this channel. Make sure to subscribe. But please, if you want to subscribe, please, it'll help me out so much. Make sure to ring that fucking bell, please. I'm I'm mostly on Twitch. Catch me there at twitch.tv/softyautumnpuppy. Don't miss it. And the link is always in the fucking description, my dear. The link is always in the description if you want to catch me, if you want to follow me, do whatever the fuck you want. I would really appreciate it. I also have a Discord server that I'm in 1000% of the time. You can also find that in the description, obviously. My name's Softy Autumn Puppy, and I'll see y'all on Twitch, and I'll see y'all on Discord, and I'll probably see y'all on YouTube. I'm gonna take my ass to bed now. Good night.